a Robin Banks Productions, baby.
Yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, hey, that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, hey, that's your ass, boy, you done. Move the sticks, first down, you better not step out of bounds. You don't really want it, but you really need it. It's the underground, man, we undefeated. Michael Jackson couldn't beat it, fourth down, couldn't reach it, man, your squad about to lose it. Go ahead and face the music, flip a coin, you still lost. Pay the cost to beat the balls, turn your motherfucking lights off. Yeah, CTE, these niggas can't see me. Got your head fucked up, got the game locked up, and it's over for your ass. Fourth down, you better pass. You know what it is, you ain't gotta ask. It's the underground, it's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done. It's the underground, it's the underground, yeah, it's the underground, it's the underground. You better pass, you better run, and that's your ass, boy, you done.
Yeah, you know what it is, baby. Once again, you know what I'm saying? Saturday night, baby. 4/27/25. Yeah, yeah. It's the underground sports show, baby. You know how we do around here, man. We live, we always live. You know what I'm saying? Call into the show, leave a comment. 412-407-2744. Yo, the best sports show in the nation, baby. It's the motherfucker underground, baby. How many times I got to say it? I don't know. Yeah, it's the underground. Ow. Special guest in the house once again. What's up, LAB?
What's up, 50 Rick, the maestro?
Hey, you know what it is. You know what it is. Long time no see. I'm very happy to have you on the show, my friend.
No doubt, my brother. Very happy to be on the show tonight, man.
No doubt, no doubt. What's good down there in North Carolina?
Woo, I'm excited and ready to talk about it.
Ready to talk about it. I heard that shit, man.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
you know, we're going to get straight into it, man. We set it off with a little basketball real quick, though, man, because, you know, it is the NBA playoffs, though. You know what I'm saying? But, quick question for you, though, man. Quick question for all of y'all, man, because we all know the NFL draft, and that's what we're here for, man. This is the NFL draft freestyle show. I did one the other day. The reason I'm calling it freestyle is because, you know, I paid attention, don't get it twisted, but, you know, I didn't take no notes down, no nothing like that. We just gonna go for the gusto. We gonna see what kind of grades who got better in the draft, and it is what it is. And my question for y'all is, though, man, real quick, because we know NFL is king. Would you watch the draft? Because I know y'all had a good time watching this draft, because day one was crazy, all right? And day two was even crazier because of the big story, and we'll get into that. But would you rather watch the draft, or would you rather watch Game 7 of the NBA Finals? If they was on at the same time, which one would you watch?
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you right now, all day long, I would watch the finals of the NBA.
Okay. Keep the NBA alive. I expected that from a North Carolina cat. I ain't gonna front.
Basketball's in the blood down here, bro. Tar Heel, we stuck in the tar down here.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I ain't watching no basketball all weekend because I was watching the draft, and I've been watching hoops. You know what I'm saying? It was like for 3 days, basketball was just out the window there quick. Now I paid attention, don't get it twisted. But as soon as I came home, NBA games was on TV, and I turned it straight to the draft. Like, nah, bro, not doing that. I'll find out later what happened in the NBA, but that's just me. Hey, man, leave a comment. Tell me what y'all think, man. You watching the NBA Game 7 Finals, or would you watch the draft, man? Is NFL the king like that, all right? So, man, big tonight, what? The Warriors beat up on the Rockets, huh?
Wow. A crazy game. Chef Curry went to play, which we all expected to happen.
Yeah.
I was expecting that to happen, but I didn't expect it to happen like the way it did. And the team came and surrounded around him and made good shots.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is like, wow, it's like it's almost if like, all right, so the game was played on ABC, not TNT, not ESPN.
Okay.
So they already trying to exploit of what they want for the finals. So if
Okay.
you sitting back talking about the finals, yo, we can talk about that all day long. I ain't got a problem with that, or who's gonna get there.
Right.
I mean, you got a 37-year-old guy out here playing with these younger guys and exploding. Ooh, that's a whole other daggone show, my friend.
So what you trying to say? They don't want the Rockets in the finals, do they?
I had this weird feeling they're not gonna make it.
Nah, they not. They not. The Warriors going beat the Rockets. Even though the Warriors is the 7th seed, we all kind of had the vibe from the very beginning. Even Vegas, the Rockets is the underdog. I've never seen that before, where a 2 seed is the underdog. That's crazy.
Very crazy. All right, but look at the coach. All right, so the coach of the Houston Rockets, I gotta say this quick.
Go ahead.
Uma Udaka.
Right.
All right, so he's the head coach of the Houston Rockets. Now, remember when was it 2022, 2021?
Right.
When Curry won his last championship.
Right.
He was playing against Boston Celtics, and Uma Udaka was the daggone head coach, and he had that team. And Curry still went out there. Come on, Curry got this team already figured out, bro.
Is that the light-skinned cat that got in trouble a little bit with the Celtics?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember that.
Yes.
I remember that.
With the female stuff he had going on.
Yep.
Some type of daggone assault or some shit.
Yeah. I remember that. I remember that. Yeah. I thought that was him. That name rang bells because he was like a Muslim or something like that.
Right.
Yep. But other games tonight, real quick. The Nuggets got their get back against the Clippers. They win 101-99. They hang in there. I thought the Clippers was going to kind of push them over the edge in this game. You know what I'm saying? But nah, Nuggets hang tight. They got that championship valor. We all know that. The Clippers is trying to get some. You know what I mean? But hey, the Clippers. We all know the Clippers going to find a way to choke, right? We'll see. It's a long playoff, so we'll see.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? And the Grizzlies, man, they just couldn't make it happen. Looked like they had a lot of fight in that last game against the Thunder, man. The Thunder sweep the Grizzlies. Last game, 117-115. Looked like they was fighting for it, bruh, but just couldn't pull it off.
Who was that leader?
Who, for Grizzlies?
Yeah.
Ja Uzi Morant.
That part. That part needs to grow up.
Yeah, he need to go play with somebody else that is a leader.
No, it's not about him going to play with somebody else. He needs to grow up.
He needs some help, though.
All right. Curry, you got to think about it. How long has John Morant been in the league? For like 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, let's feel like it. At least 5.
Okay. Right. All right. So Curry was about like that with him damn self.
Okay.
He didn't start winning his championships till he was like 6-7 years into the league.
Okay.
But in the beginning, he was doing the same thing that John Morant is doing now, being the highlight, being the show, being like, you the star, you the wow. You need to grow the fuck up and realize, okay, you didn't have what? Look, you got Jalen Green playing for the Houston Rockets, right?
Right.
Jalen Green used to play for you.
Right.
Play with you, I'm sorry.
And Jalen Green's the man.
Hey, he is. He got fouled out tonight. Damn near almost got fouled out tonight. So, with that said in mind, he had great talent around him, and now all that talent is gone.
Right.
And you are fucking it up. You need to grow up.
Yeah. You don't think he need no help? No, go ahead.
Right, I want to agree with you about him going to some other team, but that's just a downfall because that always don't work.
No, yeah, you're right about that.
Always don't work. That's almost like you taking a downgrade. Like you looking at all these teams right now. They got these superpower teams. The only upgrade in the whole entire fucking trade process that happened this season in the NBA, and I don't want to get on it, but I'm going to say this real quick. Was Jimmy Butler going to the fucking
but that proves my point to what I was asking you. Don't Ja Morant need somebody to come through? Or I ain't saying he got to go to another team, but he at least need a trade like a Jimmy Butler. I mean, LeBron got Luka. Your boy Leonard got what's his name out there for the Clippers? James Harden with him. Everybody got a partner. It just seemed like Ja Morant's out there dolo, man.
Okay, yeah, he is.
And it ain't got to be a super team, but you at least got to be a combo. You got to be a Batman and Robin. Even Jordan had a Robin.
Yeah, he did. But you gotta look at it. Look at what, that's not a real high market. It's all right. Okay, think about it. And I say it like this: John Morant and LaMelo Ball ain't too much different. LaMelo Ball get hurt every fucking week. Every fucking week. This is just like I said it right. Get hurt every fucking week.
Yeah.
But he tried to do too much when he got a squad around him.
Okay.
But now they all got injured this year, so damn, now they suspect. So John Morant, his problem is he need to utilize his team, make his team better.
Right.
And that's one thing that I said he needs to grow up and let his team build around him. He's a star player. Okay, let your team build around you. Just like Golden State. I mean, Draymond Green would have went to any other team. He would have been out of the league with.
Immediately.
10 years ago?
Immediately.
Right. Klay Thompson, we would never even heard about Klay Thompson.
I don't know. Sometimes I be thinking Steph need Klay Thompson, but that's a conversation for another show, though. But yeah,
that is.
but the Warriors do win tonight.
Yes, sir.
And let's get into this draft. So the first thing I'm gonna get into with the draft, because I didn't speak to you the other past two nights, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into the big breakdown of everybody's full draft, let's talk about Shedeur Sanders, bro. All right, let's do it, man.
Let's get into it. Start it off right off.
Let's get into it off the bat, man. All right, so I got a three-part question. Let me get a multiple choice question for you, all right? And everybody else, man. Call into the show, interrupt, or you can leave something in the chat, man. We've been having a lot of I've been having a lot of traffic in the chat lately, man. So the chat's been booming, man. So pay attention to that too. All right, so three-part question is, okay?
Okay.
Shedeur Sanders in this draft. A, we all know that he was drafted by the Browns in the 5th round, right? Which nobody expected. The Browns we expected. 5th round, we did not expect. And another thing we didn't expect is all the teams that passed him up over and over. We definitely didn't expect that, okay? I perfectly called the Steelers having access to Shedeur Sanders. Did I not? Before anybody, bruh.
You did. No, we both did.
Yeah, we perfect to the perfect. Yeah. We did. You know what I'm saying? It's the perfect time for us to link up because we both agreed that night that he's going to drop, and then 3 weeks later, and I know it triggered you when you seen it. 3 weeks later, now ESPN and FS1 and ABC and Yahoo Sports and anybody you could fucking think about in the sports world start saying what the fuck I was saying.
Right, that part. Go ahead, sir.
Mm-hmm. So, my question to you, we know the results at this point. A, was Shedeur Sanders overhyped by the media, and that's why he dropped to the 5th round? Or B, was Shedeur Sanders just not that good? Or C, was this collusion by the NFL to put the whole Sanders family in check? Need me run it down again, or are you good?
Run it down for everybody else.
I'm going to run it down one more time. My question is a multiple choice question about Shedeur Sanders. A, was Shedeur Sanders overhyped by the media? Don't get it twisted. Don't be arguing with me like my cousin was last night trying to say I'm saying Shedeur Sanders is overhyped. Was he overhyped by the media for this draft? Just for the draft. Was Shedeur Sanders overhyped by the media, and that's why he fell to the 5th round? B, was Shedeur Sanders just not that good, and that's why he fell to the 5th round? Or C, was this collusion by 32 owners or by the NFL to put the whole Sanders family in check by making a power move and making him a 5th round pick instead of a 1st round pick? You let me know, Whit.
Ooh, you just opened my eyebrows like, oh my God. When you said, I would say C, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only because you said 32 owners.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you said 32 owners, the first fucking owner that came to my motherfucking mind was Jerry fucking Jones.
Jerry Jones.
Yes, sir. So then it goes back to that concept of like, okay, you remember they had that conversation, Jerry Jones and Deion Sanders, like, okay, you coming to coach for the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
So maybe there was something that was said within that conversation between them two that, okay, if I come there, we gotta draft my son.
Okay.
And it was like, oh, there ain't no possibility that we're gonna draft your son because right now we still got Dak Prescott.
Yeah, so they squashed that a long time ago.
Right. So how is that gonna work? I'm bringing that back.
Even though, go ahead. Never mind. Go ahead.
No. So now they sent him off to the Browns, right?
Okay.
Basically, that's what the Cowboys did. They did in control of that because it don't make no fucking sense of how would the Cleveland Browns draft Gabriel, whatever his name is,
Yeah.
Gabriel,
Yeah.
in the fucking 3rd round,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna draft fucking Dago and his son?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the 5th round, that was like, okay, the Browns are saying fuck it. They did some shit like, all right, so
did they take one for the team?
did they take one for the who? Who took one for the team?
The Browns. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, they did. They took it for the team.
Okay.
They took it for the team.
Okay.
They looked out for the Cowboys.
Oh,
they really did.
The Cowboys?
I
wasn't thinking the Cowboys. The team is the whole NFL.
I know. I understand it, but the Cowboys, you gotta understand, the Cowboys is an American team.
So why you linking this whole thing to the Cowboys though? That's what I'm missing.
But you gotta understand, Jerry Jones been around for a long time.
Okay, but tell me why you linking it to the Cowboys.
All right, so eventually Dak Prescott is not gonna work out that so much great.
Okay.
All right, so you're looking at it in the future stance. We understand we're gonna see Shedeur Sanders in the preseason, so we're gonna see him highlight. We're gonna see him be, in some type of a highlight format.
Okay.
So they're gonna look at him and they'll be like, okay, that may be a pick that the Browns said, okay, we want to beef up our defense, right? And if we think we got the quarterback that we selected in the 3rd round, they might let him go.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm talking about. All collusion. And what I'm saying is that Cleveland take one for the team and draft him, but they can still cut him because 5th round picks get cut all the time.
All the time.
Especially when you got a quarterback room that's 5 deep.
A year and a half? Would they get a year? Maybe 2 years? Shit, we had a wide receiver we drafted in the 5th round. Guess what?
Gone.
He got traded.
Gone.
Quickly. And he was pretty nice. Gone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. There's security in the 1st round pick. And that's what I said on the first day. It just seemed like they didn't want to give the man a 5-year contract because that's what you automatically getting if you're a 1st round pick.
Oh.
So
too much of this is one thing that Big Bro said to me earlier when I was talking to him on the phone when you called. He was telling me that, the reason why nobody wanted to really pick him was because he was too much of a showboat.
Okay.
He always flossing. He already got a damn a commercial contract with KFC.
Gatorade,
that.
Gatorade.
Gatorade, all that shit. I mean, it's all of that shit goes back to how the way that the NFL tried to daggone lowball Cam Newton because Cam Newton was the same thing. However, back at that time, they didn't have them NIL deals.
Mm-hmm.
So Cam Newton wasn't getting paid like that, but he really was getting paid like that.
Yeah.
You see what the difference is? So versus of why Cam Newton went one versus to where Shadur Sanders went dang on in the 5th round at what, the 19th pick?
Right. And see, Shador don't even need the NIL. They didn't take him and Travis Hunter never took no NIL money.
No, none of them do. None of them really do because they all have it's something in that clause where they got it and gonna give it over.
Nah. That's not what it is. The boys Shador never took NIL money because he got money already.
Right, that part.
So he took less. He took no money, so another person that don't got money could get a deal. Him and Travis Hunter.
Did do that? Yes, he did. You're absolutely right.
You know, so they did that because they already got money. Now the problem is, I don't think the NFL's used to dealing with black kids with money already.
Say it.
And that was the problem. Now, this ain't no regular money. This is big money. This is power money.
Mm-hmm.
And not only the money, the man, Deion Sanders got the power too.
That part.
He got the gift of gab. You not going out talk him, especially no white man.
Not at all.
You might as well just agree with him and go behind doors and talk shit on him. Because it ain't going to happen in his face.
That part.
So they don't like that. So that's why I see is definitely a heavy option. And as soon as I put it on you, it clicked, didn't it?
It totally did.
Now, time will tell. But it's hard to tell when you're not a first round pick how good you really are. Now, Brock Purdy got very lucky. It was an injury happened in front of him.
Yeah.
To where he got the job, you know what I mean? And was able to prove it in the regular season. But as a 5th round pick, behind another rookie that got picked in the 3rd round, against Joe Flacco that used to play for him and just came back, against Deshaun Watson that's making a lot of money, against Kenny Pickett who they just gave up assets for, how much of a chance can you really possibly get?
To play.
Exactly. To play enough to actually get good enough to play. Even if you're a 1st round pick, you ain't that good yet.
You know what? It's almost just like the situation that I just saw
In this
2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Right.
With my homeboy, Henry Hooker. He saw how the way he was like all on TV.
Yeah.
He was everywhere because he was the man. He was doing it with Tennessee, right?
Right.
And all of a sudden, he get injured. He nowhere. He get drafted by the Detroit Lions. And then the Detroit Lions says, okay, we're going to go out and get Teddy Bridgewater. We're going to go out and get another quarterback. We're going to go out and do this right here. So
yeah.
He ended up being like the 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, you just drowning him in the depth chart.
That part. So, hey.
That's the same thing. Yeah, that's just what happened to Shador.
That's what just happened to Shador.
Just got drowned.
Got lucky to even get drafted by the Cleveland Browns because, hell, had he not got drafted by them, me thinking in my mind, just like what the whole knowledgeable question of what you just said, of like, why did they draft him when they already had a quarterback in the fucking damn drafted a quarterback in the 3rd round, and then they got Kenny Pickett, who was just in there for to tell them secrets on their rivals, but and then you're paying him all this money.
Mm-hmm.
So the thing of it was like this: had he not got drafted, he probably wouldn't have went undrafted. So what
Yeah.
is the NFL really trying to tell us about this young man? Now, he didn't go to the combine, but he did have a pro day,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Which was very successful.
Very successful. Okay, we understand that. Now, they don't know his 40 time. They say his 40 time is around 4.6, 4.4,
Mm-hmm.
which is not bad for a quarterback of that caliber.
I don't think it matters for him.
Right. Me neither. Me neither. Now, you got to understand, it's hard for me to sit here and look at the computer at the game. Is this man not having the offensive line? Is it me missing him just holding on to the ball and looking for one particular person, or is it the fact is that he don't have an offensive line and he's got to find somebody open?
Well, to answer that question, the first part at least is there's no way he's looking for one guy because all of his receivers went to the league.
Correct.
So he's not just throwing to one dude. He spread the ball out, which is a very good asset for a quarterback. Number one.
That part.
Okay? So, Shador Sanders was definitely a good quarterback. Now, when it comes to holding on to the ball a little too long, you know what I mean? That might be true, but what is he supposed to do? He's not a runner. He's going to hold on to it until he can, but he didn't throw a lot of interceptions. It ain't like he was just throwing the ball up in the air. It ain't like, he was fumbling the ball. I mean, maybe he fumbled here and there, but one thing we do know is his offensive line was a little trash. I've heard reports where he even threw a couple people under the bus. His dad's kind of good for that. I don't know if you always want to call it throwing somebody under the bus, though, because sometimes you got to give somebody a wake-up call, too, though, Whit. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to say something, or they think it's cool. You know what I mean? Even if it's your own teammates, sometimes, definitely not all the times, but there's seldom times for that. You know what I mean? To where you just gotta say something publicly so people know you serious. Or they might change if they hear you say it to somebody else. Because you never, you know how your kids getting more embarrassed if you scold them in front of people?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ain't saying to nobody, but if you the leader of the team and you scold the motherfucker in front of somebody, you know what I mean? Sometimes it gotta be the media. Maybe they wake up and be like, all right, yeah, man, maybe we better take this serious because now he just put us on blast and now everybody's looking. But there's a lot of reasons Shador could have failed, but I think the biggest reason is his dad. At the end of the day, people didn't want the bravado that comes from his dad.
You pretty much said the same that Big Brother said.
Yeah.
The same exact thing.
They didn't want the bravado. I even heard small reports that, was pretty much saying that now at this point, because when you the boss somewhere, you don't want some outside source trying to tell you what to do. And I ain't saying Dion would have did that because I don't think Dion would have did that, honestly. But I think they had that fear. But I think Dion, when I think about this, Dion's a coach himself. And one thing Dion's going to respect is another coach. And I don't think Dion's going to step on another coach's toes because he knows that's stepping on toes. No matter how bad a coach is doing or, me and you, we can talk shit on the coach because we're not in an influential position as Deion Sanders. But when he speaks, he knows it's going to ring bells. It's going to be on Instagram. It's going to be seen. So I just don't think he's going to step on coach's toes. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's about that. You know what I mean? If will he speak his mind? Hell yeah. But I don't think he's out to dog coaches, especially the coach that that's coaching his son. Because that's counterproductive. Any real coach knows that that's counterproductive. He ain't some parent sitting in the stands at some little league fucking game. He knows better than that. I guarantee you. I ain't gonna say he ain't gonna say absolutely nothing, but when he does say something, I guarantee the timing will be right. But
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say something. You
Listen,
know what? A good father, and I'm gonna say this so clear.
very good father for sure.
A very good father that has two NBA star sons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did the
He
same
really
thing.
is. He is really not like how the way LeBron James is with Bronny and oh my god. So Dale Curry.
You talking about him? I thought you were talking about somebody else. But go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Dale Curry. I mean, was a starter for the Charlotte Hornets, and now he got a son that plays for his very own team at which he broadcasts for, and then he got the greatest fucking daggone shooter in NBA history as a son
Facts.
that's named after him. I'm gonna leave that alone right there. That right there, man. Yo, that says a whole hell of a lot. For him to be that caliber of individual who don't brag. He don't brag. Dale does not brag about his son's success. His dang him and his wife are divorced, and he fucking with some young chick, but still, he don't brag about none of that. You listen to him, watch the Charlotte Hornets game, and listen to Dale Curry sit there and commentate. That man don't say no hype about anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like as if he is out of sight, out of mind, that he is affiliated with any one of these two guys.
Right. Right.
So go back to your story.
Now, who I thought
just had to break that down.
No doubt, and who I thought you was talking about, to answer that point, I thought you was talking about LeVar Ball at the beginning.
Oh no!
Now he's more similar to Dion, and they didn't like that.
That part.
But one thing about LeVar Ball, which similar to Dion, is he's a good father, and he was right.
Mm-hmm.
He was right. His boys is in the league.
Yeah.
But basketball is a little more giving than the NFL for whatever reason. And I just think they didn't want Shador to have that security in that first round draft pick. And they wanted him to prove himself from the bottom because he ain't coming from the bottom. And they want that man to come from the bottom with. And they might have forced that, bro. They might have forced that.
It depends on this right here.
They might have forced that. We'll see though. I mean, he's definitely going to be coming from the bottom. He's a 5th round pick.
Oh yeah. Yes, sir.
The reality is the reality. No matter what his pockets is, it don't matter. There's plenty of 5th round picks with money. You just don't know it. Somebody else's family got some money too. Some center somewhere that got picked in the 6th round, he got some money already too. You just don't know. His dad just ain't Deion Sanders. But his dad got money.
Hey, Rich.
It's America.
Hey, Rich.
Yes, sir.
Hey, can you do a video a video check? See if you're alive, still alive.
I should be live. I got my frames is cool. I ain't dropping no frames. 0% right now.
Okay, all right. I'm looking at it. I'm just looking at it live, but I got it on mute.
Yeah.
And I got you on a pause screen.
It might have dropped the frame here and there, but we clear. YouTube's good for cleaning it up later. You watch it later, it'll be all cleared up.
That's what it do.
You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we'll get back into it.
No doubt. Well, we about to change it up, man. We already on a draft, but we about to get to the get to. We about to get to the get to, and what we gonna do? I asked you ABC, right?
Yes, sir.
This time we're gonna skip A. This time we're gonna skip A. We're gonna skip B, and we're going straight to C. All right? Because you the guest, and we coming straight from North Carolina, right? We live, calling to the show. Interrupt anytime you want. 412-407-2744. I know why you called me today. I made you wait 34 minutes already, but we're going to skip A, we're going to skip B, and we're going to get straight to C in Carolina. And damn, man, look here, man. I'm gonna just say y'all had a hell of a draft, and I'm leaving it up to you. Go ahead, bro. Break it down.
Yo, let me tell you, off the giddy up, my best pick that they got in this draft
Break it down.
was Travis. No, was Trevor.
Trevor. There you go. I knew it. I knew that's why you called me. I knew that's why you called me.
Good God, boy. Behind this offensive line we got, and I had been saying this shit for a long time. I was hoping we was gonna get Ashton Genty in the first round, but nah, he got snubbed up real fast.
Real quick.
Well, he came even fell to us.
Real quick.
Talk to me.
I mean, look. Like I said, I knew when I looked over, you called me first, excited. And then we said, we're going to shut the fuck up. We'll talk about it later. And I looked, on my phone real quick because I was busy. I was working tonight. And, I seen Trevor Etienne. I said, that's why that motherfucker's hype.
Yeah.
I said, that's why that motherfucker's hype. Now, that ain't the only thing you should be hype about, for sure.
No, I'm not.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
This is kind of sick, for real, man. Now, we both was big up on Carolina the last 5 weeks of last season. Anybody could go back, watch the videos, and nobody can say that we wasn't, big up on the Carolina Panthers, saying that they was going to be a way better squad next year. We both were saying that.
Exactly.
And this draft totally helped out a lot. Now, this is one of the mock drafts that had it perfect. You know what I mean? T-Mac out of Arizona went to y'all first. Y'all just couldn't refuse it. I'm not mad at y'all. I was saying all season that Carolina's first pick should be an edge rusher to tighten up the defense because they lost Burns. But, dog, when a dude like T-Mac is sitting there who's, I don't want to say better than Travis Hunter, but maybe like a better receiver than Travis Hunter.
He's big.
He got more yards. He got more yards and more catches, and he's huge. He's bigger than him, and he run routes, and he run all the routes, and he only got to do one job. Okay?
Yeah,
so, T-Mac is going to be the man. He was going to be the man no matter where he went, okay? Because you got to throw him the ball. Any quarterback that just look at that guy, you're going to be in awe. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have the googly eyes. Ain't no way I'm not throwing it to this dude. So he's the new number one in Carolina. You got the Southern boy from South Carolina too. What's his name?
Xavier Legette.
Xavier Legette. There you go. I love Sanders, the tight end.
Yeah.
But then you go get another tight end in the 5th round, Mitchell Evans, who was my man, who we was talking about in the playoffs.
Right.
So I'm like, damn, right? And then, who else was in that game? There's another dude on y'all board that was in that game, and y'all went championship hunting. I love that shit right there. I like when teams draft dudes from successful teams. Now, you don't always got to do it, but there's something about pedigree. Pedigree means something. You know what I'm saying? And the 4th round pick, your other 4th round pick, after Trevor Etienne, I'm loving LaThorn Ransom. And we was both talking about how Woods, ain't that his name, the safety?
Yeah. No, he's gone. Xavier Woods is gone.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. We was both saying how whack he was last year, though, right?
Right.
He's gone, and it looked like y'all might be replacing him with a 4th round pick in LaThorn Ransom, man, and from Ohio State, man. Ohio State is DB king, no matter what. Shit, the Big Ten is football king right now. I don't want to hear all that SEC shit right now. Big Ten has taken over. 14 players from Ohio State's championship team went to the motherfucking pros today or this weekend. That's a record. And y'all got one of them. That was one of my favorites, LaThorn Ransom at safety. He's big, he's strong, he's physical, he's a winner, he can cover, he know where to be. I watched him all year. He's nice. He's definitely he's a 4th round pick, but he's a starter type of player. I promise you. And y'all needed safety help bad. Him dropping to y'all was big, man. And then what you did, and I'm gonna let you go back on it, it's solidified what I was talking about in the first round. By the next 2 picks at 2 and 3, they went edge rusher and got 2 good ones. Texas A&M, Nick Scorton, and Ole Miss's Princely. I can't even say his last name, but
Princely Humanar.
No, I don't think that's how you say it, yo. But anyway,
it's Princely or Princely.
Princely for sure.
Right.
Human Millen or something like that. Human Millen. Ain't no A on the end.
I think it's how the way you pronounce it. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah. It don't matter. I do know about the man, and he's a beast.
A monster.
You see,
Between him and James Pierce Jr., they was 2 of my best edge rushers that I had on my mock board.
Okay.
And I'm being honest with you. This is saying the name James Pierce Jr. I mean, dude was monster mode. And, like, all right, that's the topic that I was telling my brother earlier about Shedeur Sanders, that he played in the top 5 weakest conference in the whole NCAA. To the reasons why he got overlooked so bad.
But think about this, though. To that point, I've been telling everybody all week. Everybody keeps saying, I've been telling everybody for a while, honestly. But everybody keeps saying the Big 12 is nasty. But that's where Patrick Mahomes come from. That's where Brock Purdy come from. So, they keep saying, oh, they don't play no defense. Well, they must not play no defense in the NFL neither if Texas Tech, Patrick Mahomes can come in there into the league and dominate. In Iowa State,
You guys got drafted at though, Rich.
It doesn't matter.
But considering Patrick Mahomes got drafted
First round.
The first round, but he was like
late.
16,
17. Yeah, it was late.
Like, and then Brock Purdy was Mr. Irrelevant. Come on now.
And what I'm saying is they're both successful in the NFL though. And that doesn't matter where you get picked. What I'm saying is the Big 12 conference is looked at as cheese, but the bread is in the proof's in the pudding. You got 2 Pro Bowl quarterbacks. One of them's the best quarterback in football. The other one's about to be one of the highest paid players in football, in Brock Purdy. You the fantasy guru. Brock Purdy's the man, right? So what I'm saying is they come out the Big 12. So how's you knocking Sanders? Because he come out the Big 12 lighting it up. They all did. They did too.
So what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to knock the young man. It's just going to be, is he... All right, so you just said it earlier a minute ago. Some other quarterback had an opportunity, chance to make it up there because of injury.
Right.
Brock Purdy did the same damn thing. He did the same damn thing because of injury. Guess what? They had no idea that they was going to start this guy. Kyle Shanahan wasn't going to start him.
It ain't about starting them. It's about picking the player that you like. That what you see, they still, even if you pick him in the 6th, 7th round, just like Tom Brady, you seen something in that player to make you pick that motherfucker. But see, and the only one now
going to fall to you.
Exactly. And Shedeur Sanders fell into the same situation too. There was a lot of times Cleveland could have been picked him if they wanted him. Now say take the collusion out of it. All right. The Browns could have been picked him, but they were patient because they're looking at the board saying nobody needs a quarterback. Giants picked up their quarterback. The fucking Saints did some dumb shit and picked Tyler Shock. I'll tell you why that's dumb on another fucking show. They did that. And then the weird part is the Dylan Gabriel thing. But at some point, even if it was collusion, they knew that Shedeur was going to be just sitting, bro. Because nobody needed a quarterback. But them and the Steelers. And the Steelers kept proving over and over again they wasn't going to do it. So they're like, well, we'll just keep waiting too.
The Saints needed a quarterback too.
But they got one in the second round.
That part, because here's the thing, what's his name? Derek Carr is out for the season already.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. He's still saying maybe. But they went and got they got Tyler Shock in the second round.
He's not gonna start the opener.
But why do you pick Tyler Shock? Is he gonna really have to prove that he's that much better than Shador? I can't wait to see this. But we know Tyler Shock's at least gonna get his chance. All right, we ain't sure about Shador, but how do you pick him over Shador, especially in a town like New Orleans?
You know what? I think it's oh guys, you made me just think about something. We might need to talk about it because all right, so who's the head coach for the Saints, right? Ain't he the offensive coordinator that came from the Detroit Lions, right? That's Kellen Moore, right?
Right.
So he's the head coach, right? So now he's got a quarterback, which I just mentioned just a second ago.
True.
That he tried to get a trade to the Lions to get him. But the Lions didn't want to let him go. The hooker.
Oh, I bet. Or did, speaking of Kellen Moore, or did Kellen Moore just not want to deal with Deion Sanders?
A lot of teams don't want to deal with Deion Sanders.
Yeah.
That part right there, because Deion Sanders could have got the Saints job too.
Mm.
I mean, maybe a lot of the prodigy of what has happened to Shador Sanders, has been exactly what you have said, my brother has said, and I'm totally all on the board on it, and saying that his dad is really caused him a problem to get to where he's at now. So this young man gonna have to prove himself. So if you were the Cleveland fucking Browns, nigga, you need to go out there and win the fucking daggone Super Bowl for the Cleveland Browns.
Did he really cause him the problem though? Not really though, right? He did.
I think he really did.
Well, he did, but was it? What's the word I'm looking for? Is that real though, or is it like made up by people that just don't want him or even his dad to succeed? You know what I mean? Like, did he really do a bad job with his son? Ain't that what you're supposed to do with your son?
He didn't do a bad job at all. It was a counter block against like what you said.
Okay.
It's like what you said. You mentioned it. A lot of it. All through the whole entire thing. I didn't mean to go back to it.
Nah, you right.
I wanted to go and keep going forward.
Yeah.
But good guys, that's the stuff that we could sit here and spend an hour on.
No doubt.
But going back to, what Carolina drafted, and bro, I think we really had a good draft.
Yeah, that's an A plus. That's an A. That's an A plus for real. No, Carolina just.
I'm not giving them an A plus.
Oh,
I give them a B plus. I like Teteroa. I like T-Mac. Don't get me wrong, but it's like Steve Smith said. We should have picked up a defensive player. We didn't went out there in free agency and then picked up a hell of a great bunch of guys on our defensive side.
You just got two. You just got two edge rushers in the second and the third round.
Yes, sir. I understand that. But what my thought process is this right here. We go out there and get like Michael Williams, who went to the Chicago. Michael Williams, who went to the daggone Chicago Bears. That's what we were supposed to have gotten.
Okay.
I mean, so I want something like what the Eagles progressed and showed us in the Super Bowl. Okay, Carolina was on the process of doing right because they was picking up players left and right. And I'm like, yo, good job. We're going to build up this defense, at which what we needed. We didn't get everything like what I wanted to because if I'm not mistaken, we did not draft a D-back.
Yeah, you did. You got a corner late.
So we got to go corner late.
No, I'm my bad. I'm thinking about you got the safety.
No, we got a safety, but we didn't get a corner.
Oh, you looking for a corner? You said D-back. Okay.
We got a D-back, got a running back.
But what about Jimmy Horn Jr. though? Y'all picked him last in the 6th round. Bro, come on, man. Y'all receiving core is about to be elite.
Wait, what? Who we picked up? Jimmy Horn? Junior from Colorado?
Yeah,
Oh, I didn't see that part.
that's
See
the
that?
A plus. That's what the put the plus on it right there. All right,
Yeah.
man. I'm telling you, man. Carolina,
Hey,
bruh. I
yo, I
had to
didn't
lead
know
the
that.
show with this because once I seen this, I'm like, oh, I gotta lead the show with
Wow.
Carolina. It don't
Oh,
sound right when you talk about sports, but this is the fucking underground. This ain't cookie cutter shit. This ain't ESPN. We talk about it all. When I see some ill shit going on, hey, and you seen Chuba Hubbard. Chuba Hubbard was up there picking every pick.
yes, he was.
They sent Chuba Hubbard up there with his Carolina high school jacket on with the CP on it and the Panther over here, and I was like, ooh, that shit's hot. That shit's
You
hot. And
know,
Carolina had a hot ass pick, man. But look,
bro.
okay, so you
Yeah.
wasn't giving them an A plus. You wasn't giving them an A plus. Tell me your grade so we can move on real quick.
All right, bro. I'm giving them a straight B plus.
Ooh, B plus.
However,
Okay.
no, I took that back. And I got to do it real quick. I give them an A minus.
A minus. All right, all right.
And
All
the
right,
reason
all right,
why I
all
say
right.
that is because they picked up defensive tackle Cam Jackson,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
was another monster that like they really don't even need, but they added to their core
Okay.
to make the rotation dangerous.
Right.
So yes, go on to the next one, sir.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. On to the next one. Hold on 1 second. And we on to the next. Line something up. Alright, well, to the next, we're going back to the A. We're gonna go Arizona. Arizona. First pick was I did think Arizona needed a lot of defense, you know what I'm saying? And their quarterback needed to play better, but the draft ain't gonna help that. But they went Walter Nolan from Ole Miss, defensive tackle, first round. Well, they did get Will Johnson, a highly sought out corner that dropped to the second round from Michigan. He's real good, so maybe they got their new Patrick Peterson. Jordan Birch from Oregon, edge rusher. Cody Simon from Ohio State. Denzel Burke, another DB, quarterback. I'm telling you, you can't go. They all got drafted. Everybody in their defensive backfield down there got drafted. So Denzel Burke was nice too on that championship team. Hayden Carter from Texas, Officer Guard, and Keaton Crawford from Nevada. This don't really spark off too much with what you think real quick, man, and we'll move on.
Mm.
I mean, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay. I agree with you on that one.
They needed defense, and they went and got corners.
They did.
They went and got two corners. One from Michigan. I told you, man, the Big Ten's dominating, bro. One from Michigan, one from Ohio State. Then they get an offensive guard, which I like the Texas offensive line, which they were in the college playoffs too. So championship hunting. So yeah, I'm gonna give these dudes real quick. I'm gonna give them a B minus. What you think?
Oh wait, hold up. I'm looking at the Arizona Cardinals right now. Boy, when they picked up good guys.
Did you get the link I got you? I sent you. Did you get the?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay, all right. We straight.
They got Walter Nolan as the defensive tackle in the first round at 16, right?
Right.
Then they picked up a sleeper in the second round, Will Johnson.
Well, you just repeating what I just told you.
Yes, sir. I know. I'm looking at that. Like, wait, what? Wow.
Yeah, I mean that's what I said. I say B minus.
Yeah, they did go out. They did go heavy on defense, heavy on defense. They only picked up one offensive individual, a guard.
Yeah.
Wow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I'd be scary about that.
And like I said, their quarterback just needs to play like he's getting paid, and they'll be all right. I mean, they need some defense though. I mean, defense helps, but if you can score, sometimes that's what it's about. All right. Moving on to Atlanta. No, give me a grade. You got a grade? Real quick.
Oh, grade on Arizona?
Yeah.
I give them a B minus.
All right, my man. We right on it. All right, up next, ATL. We already talked about a player on this team, man. But first round, they got Jalen Walker. Second round, no, I'm lying. They had 2 first-round picks. They stepped up, man. They already probably got an A. James Pierce Jr., baby. Xavier Watts up next for Notre Dame. He was in the championship game. Billy Bowman Jr. out of Oklahoma, and Jack Nelson out of Wisconsin, offensive tackle. So yeah, man. I mean, them two, they got two edge rushers, man. Like at,
Lord have mercy.
at the in the first round, and then Xavier Watson's a real good safety, bro. I mean, they got a short list here, but I mean, I'll be grading on the curve. I'm giving these dudes an A just because they handled that pass rush situation. They got the number one guy everybody was talking about at their pass rusher, which was Jalen Walker. That was everybody's number one guy, and James Pierce was the fastest dude in the combine.
Yes.
So they got the quickest guy, and they got the so-called best guy, and then they went and got Xavier Watts, which played on Notre Dame's defense. He was everywhere last year. He was number 0 for Notre Dame, all types of interceptions and shit. He was nice. So they went heavy defense too here again in Atlanta, and that's a team that we all know needs some defense, right?
Bro, did they get some defense? They got some goddamn defense. Bruh, everybody I just sit here and name, they pretty much went and got.
Right.
And like I said, oh my God. I mentioned James Pierce. My God, Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma ain't too half shabby, my brother.
Right. So Atlanta gets an A from me. What they get from you?
Bruh, I hate to say this shit, but I'm gonna give them motherfuckers an A plus.
Damn, A plus.
For what they did, bro. That shit right there, and they in our division, and I can't stand that shit. But what they did right here, whoo, they did some shit like what New Orleans did a couple of years ago and built that big defensive line with them Davenport and all them guys up there. So no, good, yeah. Talk to me. Go
No doubt. Next one. Speaking, like you said, what you give him? You gave him the A, regular A.
I gave him an A plus.
A plus. You say A plus. Yeah, I gotta give him a regular A just because it was a short list. But all right, speaking like you said in our division up next, Baltimore, first round pick Malachi Starks. Everybody thought he was real good out of Georgia, safety. Mike Green out of Marshall, edge rusher, 17 sacks this year, man. He was beast mode, man. Emory Jones Jr. out of LSU, offensive tackle. Teddy Buchanan, California linebacker. They got a lot of picks. Carson Vincent out of Alabama A&M, offensive tackle. Bilal, Western Michigan, cornerback. Okay, Bilal Cone. Tyler Luke out of Arizona, place kicker. That's a new one they picked. He must be nice. He got picked early. LeJontay Wester out of Colorado. I told you Shador put all his receivers in the league. That's 2 already, right? Aeneas Pebbles, Virginia Tech defensive tackle. Robert Longbeam, Rutgers, quarterback, and Garrett Dellinger, LSU, offensive guard. Hey, look, they pick up big players, but hey, I was in love with Mike Green. Mike Green went off at the Reese's Senior Bowl, 17 sacks. Malachi Starks is nice. This is a lot of picks here. Tell me what you think before I put my grade in.
On that one.
Huh?
You got to look at yeah. We both got to take a breathe on that one. I think because Baltimore didn't really have a big free agency spinoff like Carolina did, is the reasons why they got a lot of picks.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it, I'm feeling you when you come down to Mike Green, but their first pick, Malachi Starks, safety, dude's he coming off that daggone defense. That hellified Georgia defense team was off the chain.
True story.
I mean, so they was just like ridiculous. So getting one of those guys right there drafted is hella good.
Mm-hmm.
For him to go in the first round, I had to say right now, I give them a B. I give the Baltimore Ravens a B because they had a lot of draft picks, but they just filled up a lot of positions because they didn't have a really good turnout on free agents.
Right. When Baltimore, go ahead.
Because with that set in mind, they got a lot of young players and that takes from. I mean, shit. They had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fucking 6th-round draft picks.
Yeah.
Come on.
No, it's 5. Is it 5? God damn.
How many of those
It
guys?
is 5.
How many of those guys you think gonna fucking be there at the end of the season?
Well, I do think the wide receiver will be there from Colorado. The other dudes, I ain't gonna front like I even know them, bruh.
I don't think.
But it's highly possible. It's highly possible.
Any one of them will be there. I don't think any one of them.
Oh, the wide receiver is probably gonna make it.
Yeah, he'll probably make it as on the practice squad, and then in case of an injury, he'll move up. I mean, I not unless he's a fucking daggone what's his name?
He was
Jalen
nice.
Carter for the fucking. Not unless he's a Jalen Carter, right? Who didn't get drafted. He's almost like an undrafted rookie free agent to me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, some of these dudes is definitely getting cut just because the roster ain't big enough.
Right.
But they had all these picks though.
Yeah, like I said, I'm barely giving them a B.
Okay.
Only because of that first round pick that they got, and then they went out and got Mike Green from Marshall.
Yeah. Now the reason
I like Teddy Buchanan, linebacker from California, which you ain't too have bad neither, because he was pretty much a monster in the ACC.
Okay.
Right. Next one.
All right. Well, I'm gonna give him. You gave him a B. I'm gonna give him a B plus because, like you said, I do like the Mike Green, Malachi Starks. They went defense to a team that already got defense, but they already got offense too. You know what I mean? So
they really need offense.
They really like loaded up on defense, which made them a better defense. I mean, but they could have used the offense maybe, but Baltimore's kind of set already. But they got 2 good players at the top that's going to contribute to what they already are.
Right.
So I'm not even giving them really a B plus on the draft. I'm just giving them a B plus because it's like the production is going to be there from them top 2 players. You're going to see them splash because Mike Green. I said it. I'm telling you, this is what I said when I seen Mike Green. I said he needs to go to a team where they're good already and he don't have to be that guy. Because he's like a tweener type dude, real quick, spin move and all that, and want to just be flashy, which is cool for a pass rusher. But you ain't stopping the run like that. You know what I mean? So they're going to be able to put Mike Green in the game when they want to put him in the game. You get smart, Drift? They're going to want to put him in the game on 3rd down. He ain't got to start. They're going to put him in the game on 3rd down when he's just sick the fucking quarterback. And he's going to be dangerous. He might not have 17 sacks again for a while until he become a starter, but he's going to at least get about 10 off the bench. The talent that I see in that dude, you got to see the highlight where he just ran over, pancaked, what was it, Conley Jr., one of the first round tackles that was picked in the first round.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send you that link one day just to show you that, but he's definitely a beast, man. So I'll give him a B plus on that. All right, on to the Bills real quick. Bills up next. The Bills had Maxwell Harrison coming out of Kentucky. TJ Sanders coming out of South Carolina, defensive tackle, and Maxwell Harrison was a cornerback. Landon Jackson out of Arkansas. Everybody really liked him a lot. Thought he might be a number 1 pick, like number 1 draft pick, but he wound up dropping to the 3rd. So they scooped him up. Deion Walker out of Kentucky, he's a defensive tackle. Jordan Hancock, another corner. Didn't I say it? Now that's the 3rd Ohio State DB. There's only 4 DBs in the starting DBs in football. So 3 of them's gone already. We ain't even get to the letter C yet in the alphabetical order. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that's what I'm telling you about. Ohio State turned up and the whole Big Ten is turning up. Jackson Hall's out of Georgia Tech, tight end. Dorian Strong, Virginia Tech. Yeah, we don't know these dudes. Chase Lunt, UConn. Offensive tackle, Caden Prather, Maryland. Wide receiver. That's the 2nd Maryland wide receiver I know of, though. But I do like their first pick in Maxwell Harrison. They needed a corner, and they needed an edge rusher. And the Landon Jackson, They got that out of him. They also picked up somebody else in free agency, an edge rusher. Who was it? You remember?
No.
I can't think of who it is neither, but they definitely picked up somebody. But anyway, they didn't really do nothing big. Well, this is another team that don't need much. It looks like they hit some home runs in the first three rounds, though, especially with Landon Jackson being a pass rusher, being real fucking big. Let's see if they show his size. Yeah, 6'6", 264. Big motherfucker. So, you know, he's the first motherfucker off the bus. What you think about the Bills, bro?
Alright, the Bills, yo. So, you said who you said, right? But you know me, I'm an ACC guy.
Okay.
Jackson Hall. Georgia Tech.
All right.
Dude, fucking monster, dog.
Oh, yeah? 6'5", 253.
Yeah. He didn't put up big numbers, but he's a good blocking tight end.
Right.
Right? Something that the Bills really lacked. They didn't have a good blocking tight end.
Yeah, they got two receiver tight ends. You're right.
Right. So you looking at a team right now that's getting a blocking tight end.
Okay.
And can catch.
Okay.
So they're going to let James cook. Along with Jackson providing the leadway. Oh my God, I like that pick in the 5th round. Ooh.
Okay.
That right there, I'd say, guys, oh my God, the Bills get a B+ for me on that one right there. I like that one more than I do their first pick overall because I like Maxwell Harrison.
Yeah, he's athletic. He's athletic.
He's been a monster. He's been a monster for a long time, bruh. He was the one that pretty much shut down. What's up, boy? What is your boy name? He's there for Tennessee, the quarterback for Tennessee. He played for Kentucky. He's pretty good too. He was the quarterback for Kentucky. They played on the same team, but.
Oh, Will Levis.
He went up against my boy in the hooker and got 2 picks off of my cat. Right?
Okay.
He made my boy look bad. So now, I like Maxwell. Don't get the game twisted.
Right.
But no. And that cat, they got that tight end right there. I like him. He's big time.
Right.
Oh, yeah. We are already ready. I got my team. Let's go.
So you got B+. I'm going to give him a B+ along with you, bro.
Right.
I'm going to give him a B. And you already got your team. So we gonna do halftime real quick. And when we come back, man, we're going to finish up the draft, go through that, and that's that. All right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, halftime, baby. We'll be right back.
All right.
I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the hoes, I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score, I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw, I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the hoes, I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score, I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw. 1, 2, 3, you know we're getting out this money. If you try to stop us, you know we ain't scared of us, so try us. No, good evening, y'all. It's the blazer man. Put a hole in the head of a raper man. Hit him with the razor man. Fold him like some paper man. Him a bitch, him a punk, him a hater man. Them niggas don't like us, yes they wanna fight us. But they're not righteous, so they cannot ignite us. Smoke on my reefer, I'm my brother's keeper. Only the strong survive, nigga, and you weaker. When a grown man talking, nigga, you should speak up. The sun ain't the only thing that make you heat up. I'm Mr. Mathis mixed with McCoy. Oh, you a shot to a killer, a rude boy. When I was a jit, we didn't have shit. I had to use a bucket whenever to take a shit. But now I'm the shit. Don't ask me for shit. You are the same nigga that wouldn't give me shit. Talk to him. I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the whores. I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score. I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw. I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the whores. I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score. I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw. 1, 2, 3. You know we getting all this money. If you try to stop us, you know we ain't scared of us. So try us. No, I told you one time, I told you too many. If you asking for money, then I don't have any. That's word to that fiend, that's word to Donnie Lee. Stop counting my pockets, there's room for only me. I'm not sure anymore. I see a bald head nigga at my door. I'ma put a bullet right through him head and keep shooting till I think that I'm dead. He should've never fuck around with I. It's only me, oh my. He on the first class ticket to the sky. Everybody asking why. First name Donnie, last name Mathis. Being the go-getter, yeah, you can check my status. You can X Smurf, you can X Show, you can X Slim, even X CeeLo. And peace to the ladies who really love me so. They been singing my song, we love Nebraska. Mr. Truly Yours, I call me the one and only. We ain't cool, we ain't friends, and we ain't no homies. I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the whores, I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score, I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw, I'm the blazer man. Soon as I walk through the door, I'm the blazer man. And get love from the whores, I'm the blazer man. Not keeping up with the score, I'm the blazer man. So I'ma give it to you raw. Mr. Truly Yours, the blazer man. It's the blazer man. It's the blazer man. Yeah. Good looking whip.
Ow! Underground Sports Show, we back, baby. That's the Blazer Mind. That's produced by LAB, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, somebody told me that.
I know him very well.
You know that cat?
Yes, sir.
Where he from?
My homeboy.
Where he from?
Yeah, he's from the dang he's from North Carolina.
Cadillac.
Yeah, Cadillac.
They drive them Cadillacs down there?
Yeah. We got a lot of Cadillacs, but whew.
Y'all got a lot of old shit down there, period.
Yes, we do.
Them young boys still be hanging out at the gas station and all that shit.
All day.
Man, they don't let us do that in the north.
If not at the gas station, the big Mickey D's.
Damn, McDonald's booming.
Mm-hmm.
Booming with the young boys, huh? I remember them days with.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. On to
Let them go.
back to the draft, Chicago. Yo, man, it's the Underground Sports Show. Leave it in the comments, man. Tonight we just going over the draft, giving you what we think, man. Giving y'all our opinion. And y'all do the same, man. That's what this show's about. It's about your opinion. It's about my opinion. I doubt if yours is better than mine, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying, Whit? They don't know.
That's what you're saying, sir.
They don't know. All right, Chicago, man. Look, Chicago went hard in the first round. Colston Loveland, man. You know that was my boy out of, once again, Big Ten team, Michigan. Mm-hmm. All right. Then they got Luther Burden, who everybody was big on, out of Missouri, wide receiver. Ozzie Trapelo in the second round, too, out of Boston College, offensive tackle. Another second round pick. Shamar Turner out of Texas A&M, defensive tackle. So the Bears got busy in the second round, right? Ruben Hypolite out of American linebacker. Zaw Frazier out of U2SA. That's I know. Texas something.
Yeah. I was gonna say University of Texas, San Antonio.
Something, yeah, there you go. Luke Newman, Michigan State, offensive tackle, and Cal Monanji out of Rutgers, running back. I don't know him either. I gotta check him out. But anyway, you know, they had a lot of picks. Not a lot of big names, but they, the two guys at the top was legit for them. What they didn't get, which surprised me, is I thought they was going to be, Ben Johnson's their coach, who's leaving Detroit, who's not only leaving Detroit, he's leaving Sonic and Knuckles behind, you know what I'm saying? And we thought they would try to, conjure that up in the draft with players, and I just don't think they could. They had the chance to get to that, you know what I mean? So they did go Colston Loveland, which I like a lot, and then they went and got a receiver that's kind of. They might be their new. He is that type of receiver. Might be their new like Amon St. Brown. I think that's what they want to try to make this Luther Burden into in Chicago, which they got other players to do that with. DJ Moore and Keenan Allen ain't there no more. But they just got a rookie the other year, right? Wait, what was his name?
You're absolutely right. Oh God. I can't think of his name.
Yeah, but he's out of what, Washington or something like that. He played with Penix Jr.
Yeah, and they got a tight end too. That's pretty nasty.
Komet been a tight end for a while now out there.
Hey, so I'm confused. I like their pick.
Okay.
They got like a scary roster, but okay, I'm confused on what the hell they got. All right, I'm looking at their top 4 draft picks, which all came. Shit, they had 3 second-round draft picks plus the first-round draft pick. So they racked up hellified off from what Carolina gave them.
And even though
we gave them,
yeah.
So I'm looking at it right here, like this right here. They went and fucked the shit all up. I'll be okay. I like the Shamir Turner, and I like the Isaac Tropolo. Alright, but the Luther Burden was a little bit too overmuch. And then you went and got Colston Loveland, who is about equivalent to your Kyle Komet that you already got.
Okay.
So help me understand why. I mean, all right, you don't really have a fucking running game. Who's their starting running back?
The Bears?
Yeah.
It was DeAndre Swift, right?
Swift, but he injury prone like a motherfucker, and they don't have anybody really good enough to back him up.
Mm-hmm.
They had Montgomery, guess what he playing at? For your Rock.
Yeah,
Detroit.
for the other team.
That part. So, I get a motherfucker straight C.
Yeah. I thought you was gonna say worse than that, but yeah, that's a straight C. It might be like a C minus, but I do 2 good tight ends can kill you though.
Yeah, 2 tight ends can kill you. I understand that part.
And then they got the wide receiver to go with it.
Okay, so if you didn't solidify your offensive line really good enough, I mean, so who's the blocker and who's the receiver?
No, but they did. Remember in free agency they went and got 3 offensive linemen in free agency. They got the dude from the Chiefs. They got, I think, was it one of the Steelers? I'm not sure, but they went and got 3 highly sought offensive linemen from the rip. That's the first thing that new coach did when he got there. Now he goes get a tight end that can catch the ball to go along with Komet. Your quarterback's young, so the tight end is the quarterback's best friend when he's young. Now you got 2 good ones. And then you go back it up with more offense and you get a receiver. Luther Burden, you don't really like the name. I heard that. We'll see. I think when I watch the highlights, it's like, you ain't like, but he's very good right after the catch. He was very good at that. I think he had a decent body style too. Yeah, 6 foot 206. That's kind of thick, Whit. That's shorter than me and weight and a lot heavier.
You know what? I was just about to go.
They said Deebo Samuels was kind of his comp. Deebo Samuels, all the receivers that can run with the ball after the catch type, and run tough and break tackles. That's what they were saying about. But his stats ain't really crazy though.
Okay, so.
But he's also playing for Missouri. Missouri's sad. So I mean, how busy can you get? Not with the same opportunities as somebody that is moving the ball more,
All right. I agree with you, and I ain't trying to say anything bad.
No, but you gave him a C. You about right though. You about right. I was just trying to.
Running game. They're gonna have to show me a running game
Very
because all
true.
right, I'm looking at that. I'm looking at right now. All right, so you got Coastal Loveland went first, and then he's more of a runner, a route runner. Okay, all right, so you're giving the Heisman Trophy, former Trophy winner, a playmaker. All right, I understand that. I respect
Right.
that. No problem. But nah, all right. So you say they went out there and oh my god, they're trying to compare him to Sam Laporta. Man, go the fuck on somewhere. All right. So you say you just said that they went out there and got offensive line, and then plus they added another offensive lineman
Mm-hmm.
and Isaac Trapelo, who I really pretty much like pretty well because he came from the ACC, Boston College. Dude was a monster. They give him a good grade, 78%. You know, he's more of a pass type blocker, not a run type block, not a run type tackling blocker, but
Mm-hmm.
passing he's off the chain. So we're bringing that to the whole equation of Chicago. That right there, I wanted to move him up to C plus, but I'm still gonna stick with my C.
Yeah. I'm gonna go C plus just because I think they went offense strong, and I think that's what they needed to do. The
Right.
Bears had a good
They didn't
defense.
really need it.
Yeah, they need the
Right. They
offense.
needed defense.
They got who they could
Right.
get, but it ain't no splash players. It ain't the biggest names in the world. Well, you are correct about the running back thing, but we're gonna move on though. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right. We both gave them a C. All right. Cincinnati Bengals, who needed plenty of help. Where on defense, of course. So the first round draft pick, Shamar Stewart. Texas A&M didn't have big stats, but they say he's just a freak athlete, man. Picked him in the first round. Demetrius Knight Jr., South Carolina linebacker. Everybody was loving him too. Dylan Fairchild, Georgia, offensive guard. Barrett Carter, Clemson linebacker. Another defense, Jalen Rivers, Miami, offensive guard. And Taj Brooks, who I don't really I know that name, but it just don't ring the highlights don't jump in my head. Out of Texas Tech.
Oh, he's pretty alright.
Yeah. So short list here with Cincinnati, but they did go defense first, which we all gotta agree that's what they should have did. What do you think, Wade, about that first round pick, man? You know about Shamar Stewart?
Alright, he's very versatile. He's off the edge. He's quick. He can get there to the quarterback. And one good attribute about Shamar Stewart is he's a good run stopper, bro.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
explosive player that gets off the block. He can get to those daggone out routes. I mean, depending on what defense you got him in, whether it's in a 3-4, which I think if he was in a 3-4, he would probably be explosive. But he's probably in a 4-3, considering that's coming from the Bengals. Yeah, they run a 4-3.
Mm-hmm.
But he'll still be good. He'll be dangerous as a linebacker, so they probably convert him to a linebacker.
Okay.
And with that, I would think possibly that's what they would do. But going back after him, I think that's a great pick. And looking at the rest of their picks, now I agree with you. They needed a defense, and I give them that. But they picked up 3 linebackers. That's what they was getting killed at last season.
Okay.
In the linebacking core. They got a great defensive tackle. Two. I ain't gonna say great. I give them, very good defensive tackles on that squad. Their defensive line is pretty much intact. They
Right.
just needed linebackers. So what they really got is something that we're gonna have to see. That Dylan Fairchild monster. He was a monster in the NCAA championship game. But the 2 greatest things that I have to say about this right here that's gonna make me give them a B plus is those guards.
Okay.
You got no, that's what I said. I got it backwards. Defensive guys. I was talking about offensive guys. I was trying to say, but Dylan Fairchild was
Mm-hmm.
a guard,
Right.
and then you got Jalen Rivers, a guard for Miami. You got Jalen Rivers who came from Miami, where the first quarterback, the first quarterback drafted in the draft You was blocking for him. All right, so that's monster mode. And then you got Dylan Fairchild. That's another monster mode. So I would be scary, how the way the biggest will come out this year with arguably the best fucking daggone should have been MVP, but he got snubbed. And Joe Burrow.
Right. Yeah, so what's the grade? You said a B already, didn't you?
Huh?
What you gave him, a B?
I gave him a B plus.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a
I should have gave him I would have gave him a B, but it was because of those two guards that they drafted. Like, wait, what?
yeah.
Like,
I'm gonna be tough on the Bengals because I'm gonna give him a C, man, because I just don't know how Shamar Stewart was a freak athlete, but his stats don't represent that. You know what I mean? So it's still up in the air with him. And we'll see about Demetrius Knight Jr. He was a good player, but we'll see. Other than that, I don't really like it, man. It's a C for me. But all right, moving on to Cleveland, who we've been talking about damn near all night anyway. They traded back. Now tell me this, man. Was this the worst move in a whole draft, trading back with the Jaguars and giving up Travis Hunter for Mason Graham?
no.
Okay.
That was a money issue. I'm getting to believe right now what they did in the draft was a money issue.
Okay, so go ahead. What you mean by that?
All right, so they had to pay your boy, what's his name, defensive tackle, the star.
No. Myles Garrett.
Miles Garrett, yes, sir.
Okay.
So, right, all right. So you know the top 10 picks of the NFL draft is most likely the guys that's going to be on the team for like at least a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, you banking on that. You hoping that's what it is.
So they had to go and trade back to get a relative player, somebody that they know that eventually is going to progress and be good with this defense that they got with Myles Garrett. So getting Mason Graham was probably like one of the best picks that they needed to get. So trading back for him was a good thing. But what they did afterwards was like, well, we don't need anything else. Like, what about the running back? I like Nick Chubb. I like Ford. But, yeah, come on now. Nick Chubb ain't his old self anymore. You don't really have a receiver core like that. You don't really have a tight end like that. I mean, your receiving core, you got, what's his name? Peoples?
Right.
Come on, man, talk to me. Tell me.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. They had the second pick in the draft, right?
They went downhill. After that. So what it is I see they're trying to save money. So go ahead and say what you got to say, sir. I'm sorry.
No, but no. What you trying to say? They trying to save money by not picking Travis Hunter, though?
Correct.
Down the road somewhere.
Correct.
Okay.
Cleveland they ain't a high market team like that. That's the reason why they always get the fucking first top 10 picks every fucking year.
Right. All right, well, you was talking about running back. Let's look at the rest of these picks. Carson Schwarzenegger out of UCLA, linebacker. Quinshon Judkins out of Ohio State, running back. He's the man. Harold Fannin, who I thought was the man. This dude's stats is crazy with. I don't think you down with Bowling Green, tight end, 6'3", 441 pound Harold Fannin, bruh. Now, his position rank was number 7, but I do not know why. Let's see if I can find his stats. I just want to give you, I know his stats. I just don't want to spit out no.
All right, so he led the FBS in receptions of 117 and receiving yards per game.
Right.
1,555 yards in 2024.
Come on, dog.
In the Senior Bowl.
Come on, dog.
Right.
Come on, dog. 117 receptions from a tight end. 1,500 yards. Those receiver numbers, bro.
Right, that part.
Now, what you gotta know
what you got to know is that they just force feeding the ball. Even if they force feeding the ball, you still kind of buck 17 of them motherfuckers, and you still got busy for 15.
Yo, I still like what you're saying, but that's what damn. What is the Bowling Green in?
Bowling Green's in Ohio.
No. I know that, but I'm saying what conference?
Oh yeah. Now that's where he's slipping at. He's in the they're in the that's the MAC. That's the MAC conference. That's where Ben Roethlisberger came from. He's in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's where James Harrison came from. He's about to go to the Hall of Fame too.
I cannot ever not.
That's where Antonio Brown come from. That's where Antonio Brown come from. He's going to the Hall of Fame too.
Come out and do great things.
Yeah, they do.
I will not knock them, but they got to go to the right team. For this young man right here going to the daggone Cleveland Browns, it's like they don't even know who they got their quarterback going to be.
But the tight end, if you got a sad quarterback, you're going to get the ball more. You seen what my boy Brock Bowers did for the Raiders. The reason he got busy like that, not the only reason, but part of it is having a bad quarterback. When you're not that good, the tight end is the closest nigga to you. The easiest throw.
Yo, hold up. Yo, we're about to be stuck on these Cleveland Browns. What the hell did they goddamn draft, bro?
They went hard. They got an A to me.
An A?
Oh, an A. Maybe an A plus. But
how you figured that?
No, I'm gonna give him an A minus, matter of fact.
Oh no. Okay. All right. I respect that. But let me speak.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So your first two picks, right, were a defensive tackle and a linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of your picks was offensive players, including 2 running backs, 2 quarterbacks, and a tight end.
Mm-hmm.
Who drafts like that?
Well,
who drafts like that?
I'll tell you who drafts like that. I'll tell you who drafts like that. A bad team that ain't really that bad. A team. This is usually. Hold on. This is usually a draft from a good team. When you see a draft like this, and when we get to Kansas City, you will be like, "Oh, that's just but they don't need that much." Now, Kansas City's way better than Cleveland. Don't get it twisted. But Cleveland ain't that far from being bad. They're that quarterback away, like you were saying. When they had Baker Mayfield, they was in the playoffs with the same coach. Yeah. Now, what's stupid in Cleveland is ownership, not the coaches. The coaches ain't dumb. Okay? But right now, at least, the coaches ain't. Steve, what's his name? Stefanski or whatever like that. He's already 2-time coach of the year from the success he's had in Cleveland. So he's not trash. He's searching, though. He's digging. First of all, he got 5 quarterbacks. He already got interest in all of them, bruh. Whoever wins this shit wins it, and he's going to be a good quarterback. If you come out of a battle like this, you're going to be battle tested, and you're going to be ready to play. No matter who it is, if it's Joe Flacco, Shador, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, who I think is nice, bruh, somebody's getting cut, and somebody's going to be the man. That's just how I look at that competition right there. And then you got a good tight end in Njoku, and what do you do in the 3rd round? Not the 1st round like you just bashed Chicago for, but in the 3rd round, Harold Fannin Jr., we just looked at his stats, you put him at tight end on the other side of Njoku when you need to run the ball. And they don't know. You might be running it, you might be passing it. But you just talked about Nick Chubb. He ain't even on the Browns right now. Nick Chubb is a free agent. So they picked up 2 running backs. Ford's still there, but they picked up Quinton Junkins, who's a tough runner like a Nick Chubb was in college, and Dylan Sampson out of Tennessee, your boys. He's a scat back. He's nice. We'll see what he do in the pro, but he's the little pass receiver that they looking for. So I just don't think Cleveland needs much. The reason I gave him an A minus, and it's really an A minus minus, because they did skip on getting Shador Sanders. They could have had Shador Sanders instead of Mason Graham and still pick this whole draft. But the only reason I can't knock the Mason Graham thing in a way, and I still give him an A, is because I was thinking about Cleveland picking up Abdul Carter too and matching him up with Myles Garrett on both on the edge. But they said they went inside and outside. Now they got an inside dude to stop the run, and now they got Myles Garrett to sack the quarterback. So, hey, I don't think Cleveland's that bad.
What if they got fucked, yo?
Huh?
What if the Cleveland Browns got fucked?
How?
Alright, so for instance, right? So say for instance, Jacksonville called them and say we want to make a trade up to get a certain player.
Okay.
And they say who that player was, and let's see, maybe they was thinking that Cleveland was thinking like, okay, we're not gonna pick up, what's his name? Who? Anyway, maybe Cleveland got fucked out of Jacksonville for Jacksonville moving up to get old boy Travis Hunter.
How they get screwed?
And
They got another second round pick, and they got an extra and they got a number one pick.
I'm thinking about something.
They got a number one pick from next year.
I'm thinking about something on that. It makes it okay. So what if they would have got Travis Hunter, right?
Okay.
Instead of trading that pick, and then still turned around and got Daniel Shadur Sanders. Instead of picking up all of what they picked up, because it's like, okay, I ain't got no downfalls to Mason Graham. He's a great defensive tackle, so they added great to their depth already. But I'm tired of seeing the defense out of the Cleveland Browns. I want the Cleveland Browns to damn win something. I would love to see them in the Super Bowl and giving it a damn chance for us to say, okay, the Cleveland Browns won something.
Well, that was the initial question I was asking you. That's what the initial question I was asking you. Was this the worst move in the draft?
It was. And I'm still going back to saying that, yes, it is. They should not have damn traded it away from the second pick. And it's going to come back to bite them again, once again this year. Even though they're going to have a stellar-ass defense, there ain't nobody going to be able to do nothing against, but they ain't going to be able to score nothing because they don't even have the quarterback. And you know they're going to ship fucking Shadur Sanders and put him down as the back-ready quarterback. And then this Miles Gabriel, whoever the fuck this cat is Dylan Gabriel?
Right.
Oh, my God. He's what? Short as he in the same height as fucking damn near the same height as Bryce Young. He was a
Heisman Trophy candidate though.
Candidate. That word right there, candidate.
Well, he still was nice, and he's quick. He's quick.
There's a lot of other candidates.
He's quick.
I give you that credit. I give you that credit. What you're trying to say? He came from Oregon. He played in a very good tough conference out there in the Pac. Was it Pac-10?
Yep.
All right, so. And Oregon is always nasty, and they're always nice, but how many quarterbacks have come out of there and have been okay?
Bo Nix.
Right. Nice.
Bo Nix. Justin Herbert.
But yeah, Bo Nix and Justin Herbert, they didn't come out of Oregon.
Yeah, they did.
Bo Nix came out of Texas.
No.
He came out of Texas.
No. Bo Nix played for Oregon last, bro. He played for not Arkansas. Was it Arkansas? Anyway, he played for one of them SEC teams first, but then he transferred to Oregon. He transferred to Oregon.
I ain't talking about the SEC. I'm talking about the Pac.
Well, nah, you're wrong, then. I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. All right. So no, I don't want to be wrong. So go ahead. You right.
All right.
But I'm just saying. I was thinking about Marcus Mariota.
Yeah.
Somebody that was solidifiable. All 4-year starter for the team.
Right.
I ain't really no.
Yeah, but recently they've been having some success at quarterback in the NFL though. Oregon.
Yeah, they have. That's true, but they ain't winning shit.
That's true too. All right.
Good, bro.
Yep. Moving on to the Dallas Cowboys, man. Dallas Cowboys went offensive line in the first round with Tyler Booker out of Alabama. Then Donovan, how you say it? Uziriku out of Boston College, edge rusher.
Okay.
Siobhan Revel the state of North Carolina at ECU. Cornerback. Jaden Blue, I liked him at Texas. More of a receiving running back. Shamor James out of Florida, linebacker. Johnny Cornelius from Oregon, offensive tackle. And Jay Tola out of UCLA, defensive tackle. Phil Mafa out of Clemson, running back. I know him. And Tommy, these last names today. King Bisolte. Said that right, didn't I? Out of Maryland, defensive tackle.
You said that right. I like that.
All right, so I mean, this don't wow nobody, but the Cowboys never do, right? But they did right by going for the offensive line. Everybody thought they was going to go running back heavy and jump for a running back, and they didn't. Because I kept telling everybody they got Javonte Williams from Denver, from North Carolina. And they set with him. He's the starting running back. Then they went and got Jordan Blue to back him up. Because I want to say they let go. What was dude's name that was playing running back for them last year?
Yeah, he played for us. Rico Dow.
He played for Carolina?
Yeah. He got Rico Dow for 1
year.
Damn.
So anyway, he's gone too. Yeah. So that's what Jaden Blue's coming in to take, his spot in Javonte Williams. They went guard first, solidified the offensive line. Then they got him an edge rusher, a good corner, because I heard what's the name's brother's banged up. Diggs' brother. I heard he's a little banged up. But Siobhan Revel's the man out of ECU. So what you think? What you grading this one?
Ooh. All right. So I like what you said with the Jaden Blue.
Right.
Out of Texas. I like him. He's a nice, good, progressional running back. Undersized a little bit. He has a good outstanding burst, so I give him more like a special teams running back.
Right.
So they really didn't, add anything to what they already had.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of people suspected that they was gonna take a wide receiver to add along with oh my God. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, they didn't do that. CeeDee Lamb. Right. But they do got a couple of little scat running backs, wide receivers that's pretty okay to match up with that. Well, it's just average. This is the average draft to me for them. And I give them a good C+.
Yeah.
My favorite pick would be the linebacker in Shamor James.
Okay.
I pretty much like him coming out of Florida.
Okay.
Not just because he's a defensive player or anything like that, or going against the ACC, but coming out of Florida, any player coming out of the damn SEC is a monster, and that's the only cat that they drafted from the SEC this year. So I I'd like that Shamor James.
Okay.
I give him C+.
Okay, I'm feeling you. I'm gonna give him a good C+ too, because I'm gonna give him a B- because they picked a lot of players, they picked a lot of running backs, so they got the choice of who they can really deal with. And I like the Siobhan Revel Jr. a lot, especially dropping way down in the third round. I like that a lot. Okay. And I think that's gonna help. That's something they need bad. Not only because of the injury, but you could just never have enough good corners, and he's really, really, really good. He's just one of the players that I was looking at all season as he's really going to help a team. And we'll see if he can transfer over. Quarterback's a tough position, though, man.
Yeah, it is.
He's a good player, but there's a lot of good corners that disappear, man. They really do. Right. But I'll tell you what, something about DBs that come from the smaller schools, they're always, like, legit.
They are. They really,
They
really are.
always legit. You know what I'm saying? You. One thing you could be like, oh well, you know, he come from a small school, but they just usually hit, and they usually I see a lot of them do pretty good. If you get peeped out, you know, because some quarterbacks, man, they wow, man, and you just sometimes you don't go to the school you want to be able to go to, just because you can't. That don't mean you can't ball. So yeah, man, I'm gonna give him a B minus for Dallas. All right, moving on. Let's move on to
Mm-hmm.
Denver. I love their first pick, J.D. Barron. Match him up with PS2 on the other side. And that should be locked down for Denver, man. Me and you was both like in Denver last year. So in the second
Mm-hmm.
round, they go get R.J. Harvey out of UCF at running back. They did lose Javonte Williams, like I just said. So yeah, recovered with that. He's a smaller, short, thick, receiving type. Look like Westbrook almost from the Eagles back in the day. Type built.
Yeah.
Third pick was Pat Bryant out of Illinois, wide receiver. I heard he's a real good possession receiver. So they got some more of that to help their young quarterback, Savion Jones, LSU edge rusher. Q Robinson out of Alabama, edge rusher. You can't help but going to the SEC for two edge rushers. You know what I'm saying? Then they follow up with a
Right.
punter from Florida. He must be the man. And Caleb Loner out of Utah, tight end. Let's see what size he got. I love these. Oh damn, 6'7", 250.
Oh, he blocking.
That
He
motherfucker doing a
blocking.
lot of shit.
He blocking. Former basketball player who didn't play college football until 2024. A tall target who ran on his pro day pretty good. Oh gosh. He's a matchup problem in the red zone. Ooh.
Big motherfucker.
That's like a Trumbull like motherfucker.
Utah play good football too.
Yes, they do. Come on now, you know I kept you know who came out of Utah.
Who?
The shortest little toughest motherfucker on the planet.
Steve Smith.
and then
Steve Smith.
one of one of the best offensive tackles
Who's that?
that played for Carolina, Jordan Gross.
He came from Utah too.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
he's out of the he was there when the coach was there.
Yeah.
When who's the quarterback? Who's the quarterback that played for the Chiefs? Alex Smith. He was there with
Yes,
Alex
sir.
Smith
Yes, sir.
when they almost went to the national championship that year.
Yes, sir.
You know how we break it down on the underground, baby.
All right, talk to
Keep
me.
it moving. You know what I'm saying? Did you get a grade for Denver? I'm gonna give them I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give them a
I
B.
like that defense, man. I like the defensive players.
Yeah, I'm gonna give them a
You know what I'm
straight.
saying?
I'm a-
Damian Jones, bro, it's a monster from LSU.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna give them a
So,
straight B.
yeah.
I'm gonna give them a straight B.
I like it. I give him a good B plus on that one. I ain't trying to show back no shoulders on that shit right there. I'm telling you the truth on that one.
I
I
ain't
like
mad at
everything
you.
that could be.
All right. Well, defense. Moving up next, Detroit Lions, another good team. Let's see what they made happen. Tyleik Williams, Ohio State, D tackle, can't go wrong with the Big Ten, right? Tate Ratledge, can't go wrong with Georgia. Offensive guard, the lineman out of the SEC, be beast, man. Another SEC team. Isaac Tesla, Arkansas wide receiver. I wasn't really down with dude. I ain't gonna front him. I have to check him out. But he got a name like Tesla. He must drive himself. You know what I mean? Miles Frazier out of LSU, offensive guard. Ahmad Hassan, Boise State edge rusher.
No, that's Isaac to Slay.
That man look like Tesla to me.
I know, right?
Dan Jackson.
Slayer.
His name about to be Tesla in the league. You know that. Dan Jackson
right?
out of Georgia. He's a safety. And Dominic Levitt out of Georgia, wide receiver. I think I know Levitt. What number was Levitt? Was he number... cheating? I don't know. They don't show what number he was. All right. But anyway, you know, another good team that, you know, the good teams, you know, they don't always have to explode in the draft, you know, because, you know, a whole bunch they need to reach for. They ain't going for the big name. They got them a wide receiver. Seems like they don't really need wide receiver, you know what I mean? Offensive guard, can't ever go wrong with that. They probably lost somebody. Defensive tackle, help on the inside, outside, you know what I mean? They just stay solid pretty much. That's what it looked like to me. What you think, Whit?
I right. So you said a couple of key words. You said they probably lost somebody on the offensive line. I think they did lose somebody on the offensive line. Probably two guards. So that's the reasons why they went and got a guard in the second and a guard in the fifth, which is not bad, not bad.
Right.
Um, it, I, I scratch my brain when I'm thinking about them picking up wide receivers because they got some of the best wide receivers in the league to
True.
me. You know, not to mention they have two of the best running backs in the league. And their offensive line wasn't too much that suspect, but however, because they was aging, so I can understand them letting some people go. It looks like I would say I give them a B plus because they tried to do the best that they could on defense. Maybe we don't know what they did in free agency. I would love to see that, but there's one thing that we haven't spoke about that is really one of the biggest things in the whole entire draft weekend.
Okay.
And that's the undrafted rookie free agent selections.
No doubt.
Because oh my gosh, so many of those players right there. I'm gonna get a list, and I'm gonna try to put that all together and see how the way that works out.
No doubt.
But,
no
I'm
doubt.
go
Yeah,
back
we'll
to
get
this
to
right
that.
here.
We'll get to that.
Yes,
But
we will.
I'll give Detroit.
Like I said, I think I gave them a B plus. They're gonna add to that success that they got going on. Hopefully, they got the right offensive coordinator that can do exactly better than Kellen Moore because you can't go backwards or do the same thing.
Not
Because
Kellen
somebody
Moore.
gonna figure that
Ben
out.
Johnson. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson.
Ben Johnson. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought Kellen Moore was the
Kellen
offensive
Moore's
coordinator.
come from Dallas. He went to the Saints.
Okay, that's right. He went to the Saints.
He went to the Saints.
Ben Johnson went to the Jets.
No, to Chicago.
Who went to the Jets?
Their defensive coordinator went to the Jets. Aaron,
right.
something. What's his name? I can't even think of it.
Is it Glenn?
Aaron Glenn.
Okay, all right, you're right.
So I give him a solid. You gave him a B?
I gave you B.
I'm gonna give him a C. I'm gonna give him a straight C. And they good team though, but it's good picks. I think those receivers are for backup positions. Like we talked about, they definitely needed to. You can never help but add on to your defense, a run stopper.
Right, that's right.
And then you
you
got a guard from Georgia. Yeah. All right. So moving on, Green Bay hit us with the splash in the first round. Matthew Golden, the fastest wide receiver coming out of the draft from Texas, and we both was on him in the college playoffs. He was balling. Anthony Belton out of NC State, offensive tackle. They stay making one of them, don't they? Savion Williams, this was my dog right here, man. Savion Williams out of TCU. Y'all watch, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I seen this dude play. He played a lot of two positions, okay? But they both on the same side of the ball, unlike Travis Hunter. Play receiver and he played running back.
Right.
And if you want to look up the stats, go ahead. But he got stats on both sides. The man 6'4", 222.
Right.
And just gives 100% effort and all the time, man. Like, damn, dog, calm down. You know what I'm saying? One of them dudes, man. When he get the ball in the backfield, he look like Najee Harris. And then when he go out for a pass, he look like, I ain't going to say Jamar Chase. That's too high. But you know the energy that Jamar Chase got. He's giving full effort at all times. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I mean. Like, he's going to go get the ball no matter where it's at. He's going to get his hands on it. And, even maybe like a George Pickens or something like that. You know what I mean? He's very aggressive. A very aggressive player. So he's like Najee Harris when they give him the ball in the backfield because they run a lot of wildcat with him. Where he's the direct snap straight to him on a goal line and shit. Like I said, he's a wide receiver, but he's 6'4", 222. He's really only listed as a wide receiver because he took more snaps at wide receiver than he did at running back. But when he's in the backfield, I'm telling you, look like Najee Harris. So but Najee Harris can't turn around and play wide receiver. No. Especially not even close to what this dude could play wide receiver. So I thought he might go higher than that, but I thought he could drop 2. But this is right where about, he should have went. They're actually lucky to get him. So to me, he gives. I was just surprised Green Bay was looking for wide receivers. Period. But maybe they wasn't satisfied. Somebody about to get cut.
They did do a lot of trades though,
You
and they
would.
let a couple of wide receivers go.
Well,
Trade
you
last
must know
season.
more than I know, but they wasn't bad at wide receiver. That's all I'm saying last year. But obviously they want new people. But anyway, let me keep
Yeah.
going. Baron Sorrell from Texas, edge rusher. Colin Oliver, Oklahoma State linebacker. Warren Brinson, Georgia defensive tackle. Micah Robinson, Tulane cornerback. And John Williams, Cincinnati offensive tackle. All right, Wick. So on you. What you giving them?
All right. So you know me and how I get down. I go for them late round guys.
Yep.
I look at them, see what they got that fell to them.
Yep.
Now I agree with you on that Young Williams for the 3rd round, bro. He is a monster. Now TCU was pretty much off the chain the last few seasons. So yeah, I like that pick. So I'm gonna give him a good strong B on that.
Mm-hmm.
That just that alone. And then you said it a second ago about uh, Carolina be putting out some offensive tackles. It's right. State do be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They do be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
They put out some tackles like in a hot second. Quick.
Who was the big dark skinned dude that went like top 5 or top 10, what, 2-3 years ago?
For us,
For NC
came to
State.
Carolina. They came to Carolina.
Yeah, he played for y'all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was there in the name, but yeah, he came to Carolina.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
So
yeah, they be
I know
putting him out there.
Yeah, we do.
All right, I'm gonna give him a good strong. I'm gonna give him a strong B plus too, because I think they took positions that they really already had, but they just trying to upgrade at the position they gave. Jordan Love
It seems
even.
like this draft has been about that. It
Yeah.
seems like this draft has been about upgrading.
Yeah.
It ain't been about nothing explosive.
Yeah. Speaking of upgrades, right here, moving on, the Houston Texans pick up. They don't have a 1st round pick, but in the 2nd round they picked up Jaden Higgins out of Iowa State.
Monster.
Right? Monster.
Mm-hmm.
I think he was like in the middle of like Debo Samuels, and he reminded me of Debo Samuels / Juju Smith-Schuster. Put in the 1. Okay? Then in the 2nd round too, they get Arianta, what's that? Ursay from Minnesota, offensive tackle. Then they went and get another Iowa State wide receiver, Jalen Noel. Now, dude, he's the slot receiver. And he's built like Steve Smith built. You know how Steve Smith was short, compact, but muscular? Yeah. This is how this dude's built. And that's how he played. He played like Steve Smith. I ain't never seen him fight, so I don't know if he could beat Steve Smith. But the way he played, he played like he could beat motherfuckers up out of the slot. So I really like this dude. Then they went and got Jalen Smith, a cornerback out of USC, and a running back out of USC, Woody Marks, who I ain't really down with in the 4th round. And that's all the picks. No, that ain't. Jalen Reed out of Penn State. Oh, safety. He was decent. Graham Mertz out of Florida, quarterback. Knott Hamilton, Rutgers, defensive tackle. And Luke Lakey. I always got to look at how big the tight end is. 6'6", 251 out of Iowa. Yeah, he about to be blocking too with. So, what you think about Houston, man? The wide receiver upgrades is kind of juicy right there for a good team.
All right, so let me go ahead and correct you.
Oh, my bad.
That's Arante Ursay.
Oh, yeah. You know I fuck your name up.
Tackle. No, you good. Offensive tackle out of Minnesota, who was pretty much a great run blocker.
Right.
Oh, my God. He started as a tackle. And finished 38 games and started in his college career as a tackle.
Right.
The one thing that stands out to me, not just saying his name, but one thing that stands out to me is how they picked up 1, 2, 3 people out of the same state. and then 2 people out of the same state.
See the hour.
Mm-hmm. That right there is kind of right there. That right there is like an eye catcher. But the real eye catcher is the 2 that they got from USC and Jalen Smith and Woody Marks.
Now let me tell you what the real eye catcher is. It's the whole Big Ten. You know what I'm saying? You got Iowa, USC, Penn State, Minnesota.
Except for Florida.
Well, Iowa State too is in the Big 12.
Yeah.
I keep telling you, the Big 12 ain't sad.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Nah.
And you know they got Rutgers in the Big 12 too.
I don't know, I don't even know where Rutgers is at lately, but yeah.
I thought they was in the Big 12 or the Big 10. They ain't one of them.
I think they used to be in the Big 10.
Okay.
They be flip flopping so much now. It's hard to keep up. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay.
But I'm gonna give Houston. I'm giving Houston a B plus on this one.
I agree.
Just because I really like the 2 wide receivers. Can't go wrong with a tackle trying to protect your boy. He got sacked the most last year, I think. C.J. Stroud. And yeah, that offense they lost Stephon Diggs and they basically replaced him with them 2 receivers. So I like it. They made the playoffs last year. Won a game. So yeah, I gotta give him a B plus, man.
Yo, Rich.
Yep.
Yo, I gotta take a pause for a second. I just wanted to tell you. Yo, I'm sitting here watching the daggone draft. It's replay on NFL Network, right?
Yeah, you cool.
So I didn't know the Buffalo Bills had traded for Joey Bosa.
Oh yeah, that's who I was talking about earlier. Remember I was trying to say. Remember I was saying that.
Almighty.
Remember I was saying that, and then they put the young boy on the other side now, Landon Johnson, whatever the thing is Johnson. Is it Jackson or Johnson?
But if they don't give Allen a fucking Super Bowl, oh my God, go ahead.
Landon Jackson. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah. That's who it was. I couldn't think off the top of my brain. Like I said, this whole show was freestyle. Usually I got some notes or something.
Right. And I was sitting there, I'm looking at it, but I got it on mute, so I can hear you clearly. But I looked back up and I said, wait.
No doubt. Wow. But hey, look, man, we had a 2-hour mark, so we're gonna do one more team, and then we need to finish this up tomorrow.
All right, that's what it do.
So we got a lot of teams left. You know what I'm saying? We ain't get to my Steelers yet, but we'll do that tomorrow. But we gonna hit the hat. You know what I'm saying? Halfway mark right here.
All right.
And we'll finish that when we get to it, because there ain't gonna be no more football to talk about but the draft. My damn, you gonna have to call it wit because my tablet just died.
All right. Yo, so right now we got the Indianapolis Colts up next, sir. Oh my goodness, they got one of the best tight ends out of fucking damn Penn State in the damn draft to me, and Tyler Warren, number 1.
Yeah.
They picked him up at 14. And then they got JT Tuimoloau, edge out of Ohio State. Justin Watley, Minnesota cornerback. Jalen Travis, Iowa State, offensive tackle. DJ Giddens, running back in the 5th round out of Kansas State. Ridley Leonard, Notre Dame quarterback.
Right.
Tim Smith, Alabama. Hunter Wohu, safety out of Wisconsin. All right, so yeah, that's right. There's a lost one right there, but except for that first pick right there at Tyler Warren, to me, they're saying he is all right, so he's a receiving tight end, so he's a route runner, probably more like in a slot tight end.
Yeah.
He drags defenders so he can help out in the run game. And he does make good play-action plays, so that will help them out in the play-action. But once again, they don't really have a solidified, really good number 1 quarterback, do they?
No.
And they drafted a quarterback.
Yes, they did.
They drafted a quarterback and Riley Leonard, which is okay to me.
Yeah.
But you got old boy, what's his name? They drafted 2 years ago, and he can't stay healthy. And then they went and picked out somebody else,
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones. Oh my God, they they need a damn quarterback.
Remember, we used to talk about Aaron Rodgers, remember?
Yeah, but Aaron Rodgers went back to Green Bay and retired, didn't he?
He ain't did shit yet.
I thought he signed I seen him sign on TV. Said he signed a 1-day contract with the Green Bay Packers.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
When you seen that? You must have seen that in the past couple days.
yeah. It was last month. Let me see.
No, that's too long ago. No, Aaron Rodgers ain't do that. I don't know where you get that from.
Mm.
I don't know where you got
They
that.
signed it. They said that. I don't know whether maybe I was reading it wrong or what, but he is still out there as a free agent.
Exactly. He ain't coming to the damn Steelers neither, so we don't need to worry about that at all. But yeah, what you giving him a grade? I mean, I see something I like. I see something like I like a lot. First of all, Tyler Warren's the man. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
And he dropped to them. He dropped to them because Chicago could have got him and they didn't. I thought that's what Chicago should have did, but they didn't. But anyway, they got lucky, dropped to them. Then I'm jumping all the way down to my boy, my running back out of Kansas State, DJ Gittins, another Big 12 dude, you know what I'm saying? But I think he's nice at running back, bro. Nice at running back. And Riley Leonard, you spoke of Riley Leonard already. I think Riley Leonard was my favorite quarterback that I knew was going to get drafted late.
He's tough.
He's tough?
Yeah, tough.
Yeah, he is.
Big Ben type tough.
I mean, he ain't built like Big Ben, but I mean, he's a runner like Big Ben.
Big.
He ain't real big, though.
That. No.
He is kind of 6'4", though.
Yeah, he's 6'4", 216.
Yeah, he can run.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they on the goal line, they give him the ball like he's Cam Newton. I'm like, damn.
What's the boy, the head coach for Notre Dame, Whittingham?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Riley Leonard's nice, man. He had a
He
real.
He likes to run.
He had a real good combine too.
He likes to run from Notre Dame.
He had a real good combine.
I like that. I like that. I really want to see a little bit more. I really want to see a little bit more of his passing game. And they didn't give him too much of a target, except for Tyler Warren. So, yeah, hey, that's his team right there. I can say Riley Leonard can take control of that team right there. So like I said, I give him this. I give him a B-.
Yeah, I like the B-. I fucks with you.
I give him a B-. I'm
gonna give him a B-. Maybe just a regular B because they came up on the Tyler Warren. And then DJ Gittins too. I'm ready to give him a. Yeah, I gotta say B. I'm gonna say B+. Fuck it.
I'm gonna jump back. I'm gonna take the minus away and put a damn slash mark through the minus part and make that a plus because
I feel you. B+. Dog.
They just added another edge to who's the best dang on defensive player on that damn team, and I get him every year in fantasy.
Oh yeah, Franklin.
I don't do this. Yes, they got a squad. So, you get somebody out of Ohio State too. Come on.
I feel you.
I'm giving him a B+. I give him a B+. I give him a B+. Bro. I like that. I like that move.
All right, well, appreciate you if you watch the show. Hey, we'll do it tomorrow again, bro. Hey, part 2 coming up with the rest of the team, starting out with what? The Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yes,
we'll get to my boys, the Steelers, see if how much we could complain about the Steelers, you know what I mean? Because I know they making a mess around here. It's always divided in Pittsburgh, man. It never fails. You can't never just get along. Never. I'm telling you.
It's same way down here, man. I feel bad.
These motherfuckers around here don't never get along, man. Real shit, especially on some football shit. Everybody thinking something different. That's all right, though.
Everybody think they're a coach of Stephen A. Smith.
Fucking right. And there's more coaches up here than there is Stephen A. Smiths. Sure.
And we got all the Stephen A. Smiths down here because they're like, oh yeah, we know he gonna do that, he gonna do that. Oh man,
shut the fuck up. All right, man. We out underground, man. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel. My tablet keep dying. I'm out of here, man.